Man, we got our guy, man, stepping into the building right now. We locking the door on him, putting him in the Boom Boom Room. He is a member of the Boom Boom Room, did his own damage down there. From the SEC Network, ESPN, Richard Hendrix, the former Tide, is in the building. What's up, Rich?
Doing good. Glad to be in the building. Need a little bit of crimson in the room.
No, we don't ever need crimson in the room. Hey, I will tell you a funny.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story, Richard. I'm truck shopping, and I'm gonna get myself a truck. And I was talking about what I wanted, and we were talking about doing a 2023 model. So I would have to find one that was already out there, And he was like, well, color, is kind of a big deal. He was like, what do you prefer? I said, anything but red or crimson. Anything but.
No.
I can't do it. He was like, no, really? Like, no red? What if I find everything you want in it and it's red or crimson? I'm like, no. Red and crimson. That's Alabama and Georgia. We don't do that in this house.
It's a great color. I think y'all would look nice in it. I'm sure it would ride smooth, that's for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, there'll be a lot of crimson tonight at 8:30 when Alabama takes on that top seed North Carolina team. What do you expect out of this one tonight?
Well, I'll expect Alabama to try to be prepared to try to make an upset. I think a lot of it is going to depend on if Grant Nelson can play his best game, because if North Carolina can play at the tempo in which they want and give you a heavy dose of Armando Bacot, it's going to be a problem for Alabama. Alabama's going to have to hit three-point shots from the outside and do it early and often. If they have to play from behind, it will be difficult for them to win this game. But, it's March Madness. Upsets happen. And also a lot of it depend on the health of Latrell Wrightsell. If they have him on the court, that gives another shooter and ball handler that really can make a difference. But it's going to be a good game, and hopefully Alabama can come with something.
What's he dealing with?
Ankle, I
Health-wise.
believe.
Okay.
It's Wrightsell's ankle, isn't it, Rich, or isn't?
It might have been another head injury. I do
really?
not know.
Okay. I just didn't know how close he was.
It might have been a little bit of a game time decision or whatnot, but he is such an important piece. They missed him in the last 3 to 4 games of the regular season, and just without that firepower, another ball handler, and more than anything, an on-ball defender that can make a difference from guys in the one-on-one situation. They really missed him a lot, and he made a difference in the first 2 games in the NCAA tournament.
Let me ask you, if you can have one or the other, which one would you go with? Grant Nelson having the game of his life or Pringle having the game of his life?
Oh, I'm going to have to go with Nelson having the game of his life. I think just because if the ceiling is much higher of what he can do compared to Pringle. So if he has the game of his life, now you're talking about him hitting threes from the outside. He can get into pick and roll game, catch alley-oops. He can create for others and get some assists. He can block some shots, and he can play some defense on all 4 to 5 positions.
Right.
So if he has the game of his life, I think the ceiling of what he's able to do will be so much more impactful than what Nick Pringle can bring to the table. But you know me, I hope they both have the game of their life because it's needed in a big way.
Absolutely. Who scares you outside of Bacot on North Carolina's teams? Like, who are you a little fearful of?
Well, you got to look at the guards. You got to look at R.J. Davis and what he can do. I mean, he's just averaging almost 21 points a game. And also, I think with him being able to be a small guard, I think it can play into Alabama's favor if they can control the style of this game. If it gets up and down, it doesn't play into North Carolina's favor to try to get into a run-out shootout with Alabama. That's how Alabama wants to play. And that's how they win a lot of games, is that they lure opponents into playing the style that Alabama likes to play and what they're comfortable doing. And when you have a guard who likes to fill it up, it's easy to get roped into that style and not slow the tempo down and grind it out, which has generally been the recipe to give Alabama problems. So if the game has that tempo and North Carolina guards try to play in that way, it might tilt the scale a little bit towards Alabama, but Carolina is very talented. They're proven. They've been there before, and they should be hungry.
All right, going to Friday, man. Tennessee taking on, yes, indeed, taking on Creighton, the Blue Jays.
It'll be nice to hear an unbiased opinion on this Tennessee team, Richard.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that one, man?
Well, I'll definitely give it, but in all honesty, when I look at Tennessee all season long, this is a team that I've always thought is built for this time of the year. When you talk about having age and maturity, they have the guard play that has the experience with Josiah Jordan-James, Vescovy, and crew. You have a top-level point guard in Zakai Ziegler. You have a big man who I believe is going to be the X factor if they're going to make a run to try to win, get to the Final Four and beyond. And now you obviously have the piece of a scorer who can do it on all three levels in the ISO situation, posting up against the advantage, and also shooting the D ball. This is an opportunity that Tennessee has to try to make a run to get to their first Final Four and beyond, and they are fit to do it. Now, the matchup against Creighton, well-coached team. They have a 7-footer, Kalkbrenner, and what he's able to do on the interior, as well as the guard play and what they're able to do with Creighton. So it's going to be a tough matchup. But if you look at teams that are built to win in the NCAA tournament, strong interior play, and all of the best teams have them that's in this tournament outside of Alabama. And Tennessee is going to have a big game from Jonas Adu, right, I think, if they're going to continue to make a run moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. We appreciate you sliding on with us. I got to ask you, though, man, we didn't get to talk to you during the SEC tournament. You were inducted into the SEC Legends. How was that? Did your kids understand that Dad is a SEC legend, or they just happy you out there in the middle of the court?
Oh no, they were just happy to be on the dance cam. They didn't understand any of it, and that's all they were happy about. I mean, they were happy to be on the dance cam and get access to the hospitality room to get as much free popcorn and cookies that they could get. So they don't understand the magnitude. I'm just the dad who's coaching the 8U basketball team that blew the game this year in the playoffs, and I don't know a thing about sports.
Oh, no. Did you make a bad coaching decision?
It's a rough life as a pops.
Well, I missed the game is what I had an assignment, and that might have been even worse that I got blamed for missing it. So it wasn't like I made a call. I just didn't show up. So it's worse to not be available.
Oh, that's so
it's
funny.
It's a DNP on the box score.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. All right, good luck to your Crimson Tide tonight. We'll be watching.
Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate you, Rich.
Richard Hendrix there, Alabama legend, SEC legend, obviously inducted into that club during the
nice
SEC tournament. Yes,
Chris
good
Lofton
stuff.
Went in for Tennessee this year. So.
Yeah, very. Oh, God.
Yep, Tubby Smith for Kentucky.
Yeah, we gotta get Ron Slay in there now.
Oh, I'm in.
Oh, you already did?
I'm in it now.
It's a different club Slay needs to be a part of.
Yeah, this is the other club.
That's the other. That's the Tennessee club. We got to get you in.